If you're new to fighting games, you might be struggling with 2XKO. Like learning any new genre, there's a ton of stuff to get familiar with, but it all gets thrown at you at once. The thing is, getting the basics down is super simple. You don't need to learn a million mechanics, you don't need to learn big combos, you don't need insane reactions or tech skill, you can play very simply and get very far. Honestly, you don't even need to know what your character does. I want to teach you the basic stuff to get into the fun, but also get you far enough to see what you're supposed to be doing in the game. I'm going to give you a game plan piece by piece and give you time between lessons to practice it. I want to get you from 0 hours fighting game Andy to certified intermediate-ish. From button mashing to actual understanding, and it'll only take a couple hours and some commitment. Welcome to the one and only guide you need to get good at 2XKO. This video is being made during the closed beta, so if you're watching once it's out, stuff may have changed. I'll try to keep things updated in the comments. Also, this video takes heavy inspiration from Toko's Teaching You All of Guilty Gear Strive in one video. It's one of the best guides ever for fighting games and it inspired me to make this. Subscribe to Toko. Okay, you got the game open. Let's go. Controllers. Do whatever you want. This game works on keyboard as well as any other peripheral. Controllers are just a comfort thing and all will work even at a high level. I would use D-pad over analog stick, but who am I? Alright, let's dive into training mode and learn. To start, pick your character. Pick the one that looks and feels the coolest. Please ignore tier lists as they only matter for highest level play and the game will get balance patches anyway. Low difficulty characters will be easier down the line, but just pick the character that will keep you coming back. Your partner character doesn't matter right now, pick anyone. And now, and I know this is a tender spot for some people, you will enable pulse combo mode. You may shudder at the thought of easy mode combos, but I'm here to tell you that combos really aren't a big deal. Look, combos are fun, but being able to do combos doesn't actually make people good. Getting in positions where you can consistently start combos makes people good. Think about it, combos are just the reward for making good plays, and this whole guide is going to teach you to make good plays. You're not going to be doing auto combos forever, but there's so many other mechanics it's going to make things much easier, guys. We're skipping the fun of combos for now, for the fun of outplaying our opponent. Okay, after picking your character and turning on pulse combo, you get to choose a fuse. Fuses give your team a unique twist. We're going to use Juggernaut, which basically just kills off your second character in favor for a super powered single character. Even experienced fighting game players tend to learn one character at a time, so that's what we're going to do too. Alright, pick your stage, now you're in the game. Welcome. First, make sure your inputs are showing on screen. If you don't know which button does what, this'll help. Time to learn movement. Use your D-pad or WASDs to move and press up to jump. To dash, you can double tap left or right, use the dash button the game binds for you, or press light and medium attack at the same time. You can run by double tapping forward and holding it, or just by holding down the dash shortcut button. There's pretty much no reason to walk, so take a minute to get used to dashing and running around in training. Now to attacks. You've got a light, medium and heavy attack assigned over 3 buttons. They've got crouching and air versions too. Light attacks are quick, low damage and low range. Heavies are slow, high damage and high range. You also have the S1 and S2 buttons for character-specific special moves, and champ-specific attacks done by pressing a specific direction with a specific attack button. Each champ also has a down plus heavy move in the air. These moves all have their uses, but we're just focusing on the good old light, medium and heavy buttons for now, and letting auto combo take care of the rest. Now, for our game plan. I would like you to run at the other character and mash light, medium or heavy. Damn, you did all that? You must be a pro. Just get in range with the appropriate attack for that range and make them eat mash. If you auto combo with medium or heavy or switch to the mid string, you'll end with a super if you have the resources. Supers actually reset between rounds, so try to use them a lot. You'll want to let go of all directions when you start attacking. If you do a weird direction, you could get a slow attack, and if you hold backwards, the auto combo won't work. Also, if you see them blocking the combo, try to stop attacking after the first few hits. I'll explain why later. If you want to jump at someone, hit them with the heavy in the air, and then do your auto combo when you land. It'll be great. Okay, what's next? Well, people are going to be jumping at you relentlessly, so you got to be able to defend yourself. Enter the almighty down or crouch heavy. This attack has an upwards hitbox to slap your opponent out the air as they try to attack you, and it makes you fully invincible to air attacks as added protection, meaning you can do the move very late. Don't sleep on anti-airs. When someone's in the air, they have limited options to keep themselves safe besides air block, so a lot of the time anti-airs are free hits. If you're spicy, you can also hold up and forward after hitting one to get in position to auto-combo them in the air. And I think that's everything. Oh wait, you gotta block. Okay, it's unintuitive if you haven't played a fighting game before, but to block you hold away from the opponent or down and away. Crouching block protects you from almost everything, but can't block air moves, so stand up for those. If you attack while blocking, you won't be blocking anymore, so don't do that. And that's it for our game plan. Nice and simple. Here it is all up on the screen. Go play 3 casual matches online or against friends, doing nothing else except this game plan. The game's gonna be mashy and scrambly, but if you focus, stuff should start to click. This is all about getting comfortable doing stuff. If you haven't played the game at all yet, it might take you a few more matches, just keep playing until then. Throughout this guide you should focus on your small in-game victories, because this guide might not get you the wins right away. If you're nervous, don't worry, your opponent's gonna suck too. Okay, see you in 3 matches or more. Sound good? Welcome back. How was your time? I hope you had fun and you didn't get beaten up too hard. As you'd likely notice, the game's kinda crazy, so this section's gonna focus a bit more on the theory side to fix that. Yeah, I know it's not as fun as hitting people and it might take some effort to understand, but it's literally integral for the whole guide to work, so maybe don't skip it. What we're focusing on is called neutral, and it underlies every single fighting game. By even having a basic understanding of it, you can start making sense of the chaos in your matches. Right now we know we need to hit people, but how do we hit people? By having good neutral. Neutral is the term for any time in a game where both players are free to move and no one's hitting or blocking yet. Once one player connects with the other, the offensive player is now considered to be in the advantage state because they can do whatever, and the other player is in disadvantage because they have limited options. These moments between scraps you probably don't even think about too much, but they really matter. Every option you or your opponent spam to try and hit the other has a counter, and that counter has a counter, and so on. Allow me to demonstrate. 1. I'm going crazy jumping at my opponent all the time, hoping they're so focused on the ground that I'll soar over them and bonk them. The opponent's clocked this, and now I'm getting down-heavied into oblivion. Fuck. 2. My opponent's clearly just waiting around and reacting to my jumps now, so I'm going to do something they can't react to. I'm going to close the distance and use a fast move to get into the opponent's face. Sick. I'm the best. 3. They adapted again. The opponent's now trying to preempt my quick moves by throwing out 1,000 hitbox before I've even done anything. Well now, someone getting hit for spamming an option. That sounds familiar. Just like how they sat around waiting to anti-air, I've just got to wait for my opportunity. I can let their move miss and then go in, or just go back to jumping in on them now that they're busy swinging. Did you see how I went full circle there? Or should I say, full triangle? What you just witnessed is the neutral triangle. It's a way of boiling down the craziness of neutral into one big rock, paper, scissors game, or in this case, establishing, passive, and preemptive. It's why you can't just do the same thing all the time. If someone's spamming some option against you and it's working, it means you're spamming the wrong option. If you can't change your game plan when it's not working, you're going to get mega stuck. Let me try to break it down a bit with some in-game examples since I know it's confusing. Defeating passive play. Alao is just chilling with an anti-air special move that can pierce the heavens and a full screen tentacle slam she can use anytime I do anything. I'm cooked. Not really, I just need to be quick and force the issue. She's reacting to me doing something, so if she's not looking at dashes, what if I just dash up and throw her? Or if that's not going to work, I can just hit her. Yasuo can dash up with S1 stab, Blitz can just rocket grab her. A hit might get blocked, but once you start attacking, they'll start panicking. Defeating preemptive play. This no-brain buffoon Darius is making a wall of hitboxes with his heavy attack, and I keep running into it and getting auto-comboed. This is game's so unfair. Well, all I do is just let him miss the move and then hit him with something quick. If you can't make them miss a move, try dashing in, then out of their range to bait something. Defeating establishing play. Vi's dash punch, Echo's teleport strike, or Jinx's minigun are all fast and hard to react to, and I can't even do anything, and I'm smashing my keyboard. How do I beat moves that come out so fast? I start preempting them. Against short range moves, we can use my champ's medium attack since it's fast. Against medium range options, I can use larger attacks that'll fill the space I'm predicting they'll be in, like Ari's projectile or Blitz's punch. And when I can't outrange the opponent's move, I can predict when they'll use it and try to jump and land on them mid-move. When I first started, I lost to aggressive players constantly. I'd sit back, wait for the perfect moment, and get run over. Don't do that. Throw stuff out, otherwise you're just handing over advantage for free. Hopefully it's starting to click now. If you can play some games with the triangle in mind to develop some live problem solving, you've made a huge step in knowing what's actually going on in a fighting game. If you can get it down, you'll have great success against players not using their brains, and you'll feel like a god. And guys, when both players are knowingly adapting their gameplay to outsmart the other, that's when you know you're really playing some fighting games. Alright, let's get back in there. Play 5 matches, but really focus on the triangle. I know it's hard to focus on theory while someone's trying to kill you, but I believe in you. If it's easier, just look for one part of the triangle at a time during a game and try to counter it. If you can't catch the interactions in the game as they happen, maybe consider analyzing your replays. Harness the triangle. Okay, see you next chapter. You're back! I hope you got the basics of neutral under your belt and you can start to see what you should be doing even if you can't fully act on it yet. In any case, really try to get confident with what I've gone over so far before moving on if you haven't already. Now, there's a bunch of new stuff I need to give you. Hopefully you've got room in that noggin for the last of the fundamentals. The first thing is regarding our offense. I told you earlier to stop your auto combo if you can see it getting blocked. Reason is, when you finish your attack sequence on the opponent's block, pretty much every time they can act before you can. You can think of this as ending your turn. If you try to attack here, you'll probably get hit. Some moves, usually special moves, take so long to recover on block that they actually guarantee a free hit from your opponent. If that happens, you'll see this punish pop up on the side of the screen. If you've ever wondered when a good time to attack is after blocking, wait for that special move. So, auto combo's good, but not perfect. It'll make you do extremely unsafe special moves if you spam the button on block, so we've got to step in. Instead of what we were doing before, we'll do light, medium, heavy in sequence, then if the opponent is blocking, do heavy again. For these characters, this will make them do a move that pushes the opponent away, pretty much resetting you back to neutral. If you're one of these characters, do what's on the screen instead because auto combo will try to kill you. This will be our block string, literally a string of moves we do on block. The opponent can still technically move before you, but now you're not in danger of getting a guaranteed hit. If you find yourself hitting the opponent after the light, medium and heavy, you can either keep mashing heavy for a combo, or do down and heavy and hold forward jump to get in position for an air auto combo. What we're doing here is called a hit confirm, which is changing what we do depending on whether we hit or not. This is key for all player levels as it gives you a concrete plan on what to do once you get near the opponent instead of panicking and flailing. It'll probably take about 3 hits to really see if you're hitting your hit confirm or not, so if you're too far to hit a light on your opponent, just skip it and do medium heavy heavy or just heavy heavy. If you can't confirm the hit, it's much safer to go for the on block ender just in case. One extra thing, you should probably start your hit confirm with a low. Some people aren't in the habit of blocking low all the time, so easy combo for you. Try to use down light or down medium. To get used to hit confirms, I'd really recommend going to training mode and then putting the dummy to random block. Okay, that's the first thing out the way, now I have some defensive stuff for you. Not getting cornered. Hold at the center of the stage while getting comboed. If your opponent drops their combo, you'll pop out away from the corner. Similarly, if you hold in after getting knocked down to the ground, this is called a knockdown by the way, you'll roll through the opponent out of the corner. Your opponent can technically throw the roll, but if they're new, they probably won't. If you can't seem to escape, don't panic, just crouch block as you get up. It's very tempting to mash here, but just keep blocking until they finish their block string. A lot of the time mashing here will get you killed, and suddenly you didn't get to do anything the entire match because you got hit 5 times in a row. Block low, waiting till they're done, jump out. Finally, a mechanic I really think you'll like. This is called break, and it will get you out of combos. Just press the tag button with the S1 or S2 button to use it. It uses this small gauge under the health bar, which fills up over time and when you get hit. I shouldn't have to explain why this is good, right? Just make sure you're doing it when you're already being hit, or the opponent could block it, and that's real bad. If you're playing with a teammate, they'll have to do the inputs instead, so I hope they're a good friend. You'll probably notice that the break gauge bar actually says Fury instead of break. Fury is still a combo breaker, but it's also a comeback mechanic. While you're red, you're better. You get Fury when one of your champs die, or if you're playing a single champ fuse, you just have it all the time. You now have a decent 1 character game plan, and that's pretty much the absolute beginner section finished! If you literally want to stop the guide here, go learn throw mix-ups from the next section, then go learn what your character can do, because you have enough to have fun. Now, just because the absolute beginner stuff is done doesn't mean the next parts are way harder. I'm still going to introduce things slowly and give you time to get things down, so chill. Go play some games, try to get everything I went over down one at a time. I will see you in approximately 3 seconds. Okay, so this chapter's gonna spice up our neutral a bit. We're going to go back to training mode, but we're going to use Sidekick Fuse this time. Sidekick Fuse is like Juggernaut since you only play as one character, but you also gain a partner character that's only for assists. I know, 2 characters are scary, but don't worry, I'm keeping this dummy simple for now. Once you're in training mode, I'm going to need you to find and press the tag button. Bloody hell! The tag button summons your partner champ to come on screen and do some kind of move. Assists have 2 moves they can do, one performed by just pressing tag, and the other by pressing back and tag. If you're playing with someone else, they input the assists. You'll notice at the top center of the screen that these tag actions are on a cooldown, so you can't spam them, but you can use them a lot. Assists are cool because you can do them at literally any time, even if you're mid-attack or mid-air. Speaking of mid-attack, all assists are mid-attacks and can be blocked with standing or crouching block. Okay, find a long-reaching assist, then use it to cover the gap between you and your opponent. Getting in on the opponent's kinda hard, so having your assist cover your approach while shutting down the opponent's movement is really handy. Practice running or jumping behind your assist into range. Just be careful picking your times to assist. If your opponent's too close, they could smack the assist before it does anything. Alright, last thing. Let's learn some special moves. Open up the move list for your champ and find a few special moves, specifically ones with range. We're a threat when we're close to the opponent right now, but now we can be a threat at long distance too. Also, if an opponent's spamming a long-reaching move without much recovery, this is how you'll hit them when they miss it. Special moves help with neutral a lot. That's literally it for this chapter. Go spam assists and your special move for 3 matches. Godspeed! Still here? Nice! You've officially made it halfway through the guide. Even if you're still losing every match, you're getting closer to really understanding what's going on. Welcome to the meatiest chapter yet. So, tell me if this has happened yet. Keep getting in on your opponent, but they just block your auto combo and you get pushed away. If that hasn't happened yet, that's actually sick. Spam that shit until they start blocking. I'm dead serious. Don't overthink it, make them block or die. Anyway, if they're blocking everything you're doing, that's an issue we need to fix. You might think after someone blocks your attacks the fun's over, but in reality, our fun is just beginning. It's time to do mix-ups. Mix-ups get around your opponent's block, but I haven't really explained blocking that well yet, so I'm gonna do that now. Attacks either hit low, mid, or high. Moves that hit low are usually done crouching and hit feet. Moves that hit high are usually mid-air moves that hit your head, and mid is everything else. Crouching block protects you from lows and mids, but can't block air moves. Standing block protects you from highs and mids, but can't block low moves. Crouch block is the best. Why? Because lows are mad fast, and every move that hits high can be reacted to. Jump moves are slow, and the few grounded moves that hit high, aka overheads, are reactable if you're looking for them. More on this later. Mix-ups are mega important. You've got to make the moments when you get next to someone count, and anytime you're next to your opponent, there'll be a way to open them up. Now there's easy mix-ups and difficult mix-ups, so let's start with the easy ones. Overheads. Overheads are special moves or command normals, a direction and an attack button, that you have to block standing, and each champ has at least one, usually. Overheads don't do a lot of damage on their own and don't always let you chain another move after it, but there's always a way to get more out of them depending on the champ doing it and the partner champ. Throws. Throw is a universal, unblockable, and unreactable move you want to do very close to the opponent. The universal throw input is medium and heavy, and you can throw people backwards by holding back while inputting it. Medium and heavy also breaks throws if you input it around the time the opponent tries to throw you. Throws also don't do a lot of damage, but like overheads, there's ways to get more out of them. As a random thing on throws, you can't throw someone in block stun and for a little bit afterwards because of throw protection. You have to time your throw right as that safe period ends. Now here's how you're gonna mix. If you think your opponent's gonna block, or you see them blocking the hit confirm, do 1 or 2 attacks, then overhead, or just stop, dash in and throw. Mix after 2 attacks, mix after 1 attack, mix after no attacks. Make it so they never know when or where the mix is coming. So that's the best universal mix I can teach you, but part of what makes the game fun is how each character can do their own brand of mix-up, solo or with assists. These mix-ups are usually harder to squirm out of and lead to bigger damage combos. Once you're done with the guide, I recommend you find some mix-ups specific to your champ. To give you guys a taste of what's possible though, let me introduce you to the 3 main ways to mix someone up. The strike throw mix-up. When Blitzcrank reels you in, he can actually act before you can, even on block. Blitz has a special move that's a throw. We call these command grabs, which can only be avoided by jumping out, so you can't break it. He gets to act first, so is he going to command grab you, which you have to jump to avoid, or attack you, catching the beginning of your jump? The high-low mix-up. Ari's jumped at you and you stand blocked her air move. Great job. But you're not safe yet. Is she going to do her air dash move and hit you with a second aerial you need to stand block, or will she drop it low and hit you with a low you need to crouch block? The left-right mix-up. Echo goes for his roll move that goes through you and he does his assist at the same time. You always need to defend away from the active champ, which is the one being controlled, so you'll have to block the other direction once Echo gets to your other side. But will you react in time, and even if you know it's coming, has Echo actually gotten to your other side before the assist hits? Any 2x KO experts in the crowd can tell you there's other ways out of these situations, but don't sweat that yet. Just know these exist and that they're way scarier than the mix we're starting with. Okay, now for the other side of the story. What if you're the one getting mixed? First thing, don't panic. Trust me, I know when a character you've never seen gets in your face and does a huge string of moves you want to do something, but just crouch block, bro. If your opponent hasn't learned to mix yet, you actually have nothing to worry about. Crouch block beats 90% of moves in the game, and each champ's got like one dedicated overhead move, so what are you stressing about? Just stay in crouch block until they stop. Don't stand up, don't try to attack, don't break out of sheer fear, just block. If they start throwing you, do a jump when you smell one coming and slap them with the jump heavy into a combo. Now for some actual defensive mechanics. To really get out of the way of mix-ups, you can use these. Retreating guard is done by inputting a dash while you're blocking. It pushes you back with this blue glow, and it's free. Literally spam the dash button while crouch blocking and you'll get out of dodge. There's one fatal flaw to it though, an Achilles heel if you will, and that's it being weak to lows. People can add lows to their block strings to catch you doing this, so be careful when you use it and maybe block a few hits before you do. Push assist is done by pressing tag while blocking and it sends your opponent 10 miles away. Your partner comes out to do it, so it uses the tag timer and your assist will need to be off cooldown. It locks you out of assists for 2 seconds longer than an assist would, so you lose that edge in neutral and mix-ups for a little bit. The counterplay is harder for this than retreating guard, so I'm not going to go into it. Once again, if you're playing co-op, your partner has to input push assist. Okay, that was a lot on mixology. Go to training mode and grind out some simple mix-ups, then play 5 games with our new stuff. 2 champs. At once. Do you need to? I guess not. I don't think you need to know how to play 2 champs, but knowing about how 2 champ play works will probably help you out. If you want to play 2 champs or play duos, keep watching, but if you want to play solo forever, that's valid. I'll see you next chapter. So, 2 champs at once sounds scary, but it's not too bad. Thanks to auto combo, you don't have to learn a bunch of new stuff for the new champ, but it'll help if you mess around with them beforehand. After, go to training mode and pick double down fuse. IMO is the simplest of the 2 champ fuses currently. So what's different with 2 characters? You've got 2 life bars now and 2 super meters, one for each character. Sadly, your previous health and damage is basically going to be halved between the 2 characters now, which sucks, but you also get to tag. In training mode, do an assist, then tap the tag button again once your assist is out. Huzzah! That's a handshake tag, which swaps the champ you're controlling. Handshake tag is the most common way to switch character, and you can do it anytime your other champ is on the screen. That means assists, but also break and push assists. You can also tag by holding down the button to switch raw, but you leave yourself open. Now, why is tagging worth the energy of pressing a button on my controller? Why can't I just play and my partner goes out after I die? I mean, yeah, that's a good place to start, I guess, but tag's good for a few reasons. 1. Whenever you take damage, you get this grey life piling up on your life bar. Grey health comes back as real health over time while the champ's out, so if you swap a lot, you're always getting health back. 2. You can get a hit with an assist, handshake tag, and keep the combo going. Cool. 3. If your current champ sucks against your opponent's current champ, you can tag to make it more favourable. And 4. It's amazing for mix-ups. What's harder, defending yourself from one champ or getting sandwiched between 2 champs and getting left-right high load at the same time? All I care about is you tagging a lot to get life back. You can do the other stuff if you want. Speaking of life bars, you can use assists when your partner is dead. You just can't tag them or do fuse related stuff. Dead partners also get a super assist with down plus tag at the cost of 1 super bar from the dead champ. Use it, it's fun. Okay, another section done. If you're interested in 2 champ play, go get comfortable with it. I'll see you in the final chapter. With nary a combo, we've made it to the intermediate level concepts. Hell yeah! Pat yourself on the goddamn back for getting this far. If you've really got everything down, you're very close to reaching that intermediate level. It's just a bit more info and a ton of in-game experience. You'll need to get there, sorry. This is a chunky chapter, so buckle up. Meaties and Oki. Remember when I said ages ago that blocking on wake up is important? This section is why, and it'll probably get you a lot of wins. See, when your opponent gets up from the ground after you beat their ass, they're stuck in some kind of get up animation and can't do anything. Every time you get that knockdown, that's your cue to pressure the opponent, aka Okizeme or Oki for short. If you can hit your opponent as soon as their wake up invincibility ends, that's called a meaty attack, and it destroys players who mash buttons or do anything except block as they get up. You just need to know the trick on how to do it. See, when someone hits the deck, they get a chance to roll by holding left or right, or holding no direction to stand in place. When you get the knockdown, just mash the dash button or light and medium shortcut. No matter where the opponent rolls, the dash will chase them. After the dash, hit your light attack timed to when their invincibility ends. You have trouble with the meaty timing, go to training mode with these settings and try to grind it. Against players who always seem to slip out of your grasp, this is how you'll stay in control once you get their first hit. If you're belligerent enough and opponents start blocking as they get up, guess what? It's mix time, baby. Throw them when they get up, overhead when they get up, whatever you can dream up when they get up. You can also just meaty and then go into your hit confirm. That's a great place to start. If you land a forward throw, air throw, yes those exist, or level 3 on someone, you'll put them in a hard knockdown. These are the same as the regular knockdowns, except the opponent can't roll and they can also get hit by certain moves. You can use their immobility to get an extra nasty mix-up, or you can just cash in that damage. I didn't mention it in the throw section, but you can get much bigger combos than just going straight into super. There is some counterplay to meaties and Oki though. If you get up from the ground without rolling and hold S1 or S2, you get a get-up attack. This is a fully invincible get-off-me move that hits your opponent away, and it's great when you're getting bullied on wake-up. However, you should know that it's really risky. If your opponent sees it coming and blocks it, they can land a fat punish combo on you. If your opponent blocks your wake-up attack even once, don't do it for the next few wake-ups. Instead, do that handy down and back block you should already be using. Okay guys, I'll let you learn some combos now. You don't have to turn pulse combo off if you don't want to, you can have it on while also doing other combos. Just know if you do the same exact move twice, you'll start the auto combo. I haven't talked about how moves go into each other yet, so I'll get into that now. Comboing in 2x KO works like this: light to medium to heavy. As long as you're going up through the strengths or doing a different version of the same strength, one move will go to the next one, even in the air. You can go light to medium, light to down heavy, but also medium to down medium. Command normals also work in this chain according to the button strength of the move. For example, light, medium, down forward medium works, but light, medium, heavy, down forward medium doesn't. Any light, medium or heavy attack can go into a special move or a super, and special moves can go into supers as well. Command normals you can sometimes go into specials and or supers depending on the move. Finally, light attacks can chain into themselves. To give you the simplest combo, do light, medium, heavy, down and heavy, which is the universal launcher, jump, light, medium, heavy, then a special move or several that gets you down to the ground. Sometimes you'll need to skip that air light for it to work. Once you hit the ground, you can do the input for a super, which is any attack plus S1 or S2, if you hadn't figured it out already. Outside of that one combo, characters combo pretty differently to one another. If you want to get your combos longer, you should try finding and mixing in moves that give ground bounces, wall slumps, and wall bounces. Just be careful not to use 2 of these in the same combo, since it will end the combo early. But even that has some bonuses. You can also mix in assists into combos too, but they usually have to be at specific times for the combo not to drop. The longer a combo goes, each hit does less damage and it gets harder to keep going. Look up a combo guide for your character and try to get some beginner combos down before you go learning the insane max damage ones. If you go to training mode to practice combos, make sure you turn on block after first hit and air recovery to know if your combo actually worked. Next up, moves with advantage and frame traps. Earlier I said if a move gets blocked, the opponent usually acts first. The exceptions are advantageous or plus moves, which are from plus frames, which means you can do something in an amount of in-game frames before your opponent. Plus moves are good for the same reason knockdown pressure is good. You can act and they can't. If you remember my example of strike throw mixed with blitzcrank, his rocket grab is another example of an advantageous move. Other champs have moves like this too. The more plus you are, the more you can get away with because the opponent can't do anything to stop it. And they won't want to stop it because of frame traps. Going back to the Blitzcrank example, after he reels you in, he can act before you. So even if you both do your fastest attack, Blitz can still hit you first because he could do it earlier. It's called a frame trap because if you tried to do any attack in this situation, your attack wouldn't get out in time and you'd get hit. If you don't know a move is plus and you try to take your turn back, you're going to get blown up every time and not know why. Try to clock if your opponent's champs have any plus moves, or just ask your opponent after a match. If you want plus moves for yourself, use assists. Getting extra turns with assists. When your opponent blocks an assist, you are insanely plus. This is pretty key to how 2x KO works, I just didn't bring it up earlier since you just started learning assists, and I hate you. If your hit confirm gets blocked, instead of going right into mix, try calling an assist instead. I explained before that this can lead to character specific mix, but even before you go into all of that, it's still good. Let me show you why. Just by doing light, medium, heavy, special, assist on block, you can set up a situation where either the assist hits and you can run in and combo, or if they block the assist, because of how plus you are, you can run in for a mix-up and they can't do much about it. Tagging to the assist champ after they connect also achieves the same thing. Use assists to keep that pressure up. Finally, just to be difficult, timing does matter for your mix-ups. For example, Yasuo has this move that goes straight through you, which you have to block in reverse. A surprise hit on the other side is actually called a cross-up, didn't mention it until now, lol. While you're stuck in block stun, you actually have protection from cross-ups. I'm actually blocking this move wrong, but because I was already in block stun from the assist, I'm fine. In fact, I can roll my face on the controller and also be fine. When going for your mix-ups, try to delay your assist just a bit. This is the final frontier. Use and abuse each and everything mentioned in this section and you're firmly out of beginner level. Take a couple matches to learn, you know the deal. Once you've got those things down though, well, I don't even know how to say this, but bitch, you're done. Oh! Okay, bro, that's it. You're done, we're done. I've told you everything there is to tell. Basically every part of the game I think is important, all the way up to intermediate level, I've managed to shove in this video. I'm proud of you. You've done far more than most new fighting game players will ever do, and that's a great sign that you'll do well. The rest of your journey is up to you. You're probably sick of me now and just want to play, so go play, my loyal student. Tear up that rank mode, play with your friends, run up that battle pass, grind those mastery points, enjoy the goddamn game, and have a break. You deserve it. Off the top of my head, here's all the crap I didn't cover. And if you want some advice on what to cover after you've mastered everything in this video, here's my suggestions. Thanks for watching. I made this video because I want 2xKO to do well, but also because I remember being a newcomer for other fighting games and really wanting something like this to help me. If this video actually was helpful to you, please let me know, it would mean a lot. Happy gaming, everyone!